Did you know that turkey babies came in a convenient 6-pack? Yes, they do, and they have a little handle. I'm going to need a bigger bucket. That's what this says. Well, I've been using this little bucket to put the babies in every time I clean their enclosure. And clearly they have outgrown it. But it kind of gives me a little sense of scale so I can watch their growth patterns and see, are they putting on height or girth or all the above. And these guys are. So clearly this little bucket is on its last use for this batch of baby chicks. And in fact, these guys are going to get to go out to the chick shed here pretty soon. I know, you guys look so good. I mean, there are some little runty babies here that are not quite as big, but you know, they're going to size up nicely. I'm proud of this group. They look good. They're all eating exceptionally well. A little hot right now, so let's turn off some lights because I think they were bunched together. It's a hot day. It's about 80 degrees right now. So you see that little bit of panting that she's doing? They're overheated. So I'll take the light off for a little while. But yeah, they got some nice little wing feathers on them. You can see here. And they'll develop, birds are funny, they develop feathers in certain patches at certain times. And so yeah, these guys are gonna go outside pretty soon. It's warm and they're eating exceptionally well. I've got another batch of chicks coming this weekend. So I've got 6 hen chicks that I need to move into here. I have the babies set up in a new playpen. Let's go look at that. Alright, before I go, I'm going to add their water and their feeder back. So this is their mash, and I'm trying to get them to go away from this and not eat so much, which is why I put their feeder here, because I want them to come here and to start eat some kibbles. I also put a little kibbles over the top, that gets them going. I also like this arrangement for another reason, is that we have a nice hot space over here, and then the birds can come over here and get cool. But I like a divider because you'll see that a bird needs a little quiet space to go away from everybody, and she can lay down and take a nap and not get run over by everybody over here trying to get warm and eat and stuff. So sometimes you just give them a little barrier like this. Works really nicely for chicks because, you know, they take kind of like little cat naps, but you know, if you can give them another 3 to 5 minutes on every nap, I think they grow better. So to build a little divider like this as they get older, where they can have a little space, I think is really smart. So I've been moving fences around on the property, as a lot of people know who've been following me, and I'm converting over to welded wire fence and not doing chicken wire anymore. This is my new big planter box, which is looking amazing. But what I did recently is, this is down the road going to be a more permanent structure in my overall plan. But for now, what I did is I had a roll of 1-inch mesh, and that's intended for chicks, so they can't get through as youngsters. And as a general contractor years ago, I had this old mailbox laying around. And so what I did is I put it on the hen house here, and it acts as a door, has a little ramp that goes down, and I use their water block as a way just to hold it in place. And then at nighttime, what I do is, after I run all the chicks in, is I grab this little feeder here and I shove that puppy inside and close the door. Because that way it is rodent proof. Dun dun dun. Put feed behind metal, and that means you get to keep your feed. It's clean, and you're not going to be feeding rodents. So, of course, the smart thing to do also is about an hour before you're going to move chicks, I like to pick up my feed and force them to clean up that area. And if they go in there and they mop up anything that's been left out for the day, you're less likely to have rodents. So yeah, that's really important to eliminate rodents. These are 5 olive eggers. This pretty girl is one of my olive eggers, as is this pretty girl. She's another olive egger. So yeah. Alright, so let's look at the baby playpen area. So what I did is I just stretched that wire all the way in here and attached it to the board that I used to keep babies in. So I made a runway to go over to the mailbox. So what I do is in the morning is I come in here and I have a little divider, a piece of acrylic. And what I've been doing for them is just creating a barrier here so that I keep them bunched up in this side of the chick shed where they're warm. So what I'm going to do next is actually create 3 enclosures. So I'll put a slot in here that's a smaller area for those little hens to come into. I'll have a spot in the middle to put those turkeys, and then over here next Saturday I've got 20 broilers coming. So I'll move them into this area as baby chicks and really incubate them closely. Turkeys will be next door a week ahead of time. And then these girls are 2-3 weeks ahead of time. Oh, I know. Well, and I've got 6 more replacement hen chicks that are coming, and those will end up in the house incubator for a while until I get them feeding well, like I do all my babies. Alright, well that's the latest on chicken updates. There you are. I love this little playpen. The babies do too. They come out here and they play. Today what I did is, I come out all the time and I pick olive leaves for them and they eat them. But what I've been doing lately is I've been trying to feed the hens next to them so that they get used to eating next to each other. And they get used to feeding next to each other. They get used to looking at each other and that kind of stuff. And, they can't hurt each other this way, but they'll be able to kind of bond and spend a little more time together, get used to each other. And then later what I'll do is I'm going to do kind of a creep kind of setup for them where they're going to have a hideout shelter that they can dash under that the hens can't get into. And that would be great. And then of course this is a branch right here that's nice cherry wood, plum wood, one of the two. And I like to put a branch in there to teach them how to perch. It adds strength to be able to perch, and I like a variable variety of sizes, and that's a nice smooth branch. It's ideal for that. And they play on that like a jungle gym. And as you can see, the hens are enjoying eating in front of the babies, and they're spending some FaceTime together. So once the chicks get big enough that they cannot float through the fence, then they might get some time out in a bigger environment. And we'll see. Alright, Dive Girl Deb signing off.